Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Bryson with Dimes for Dollars here, and today we have a short silver hunt coming up. We have this little bag of silver here and we're hoping to fill some holes in our albums. We have quite the array of coins today. We have some US and we have a whole bunch of Canadian coins, and we have our whole set of albums out here. Hopefully we can fill some holes. So let's go ahead and I'll pour it all out, sort it all out by type and denomination, and I'll bring you back once it's all laid out. Alright, we're back now with the layout, and despite only having a few coins today, we got a very nice variety. We'll go ahead and start over here. We have a Booker T. Washington half dollar. It's a commemorative half from the US. Very neat coin. We have two Walking Liberty half dollars, one very Warren Barber half dollar, one silver quarter, two Canadian halves, a couple Canadian dimes, and one Canadian 5-cent silver. Now we'll go ahead and start off with the Canadians, starting with the 5-cent silver. So let's go ahead and get right into it and open up that book. We're back now with the Canadian 5-cent silver, and our one coin is actually going to be a hole filler. We have a 1914 here, and I just think these coins are super neat. They're so small, and yet they're sterling silver. Really neat piece of history too. This is before the modern day nickel, and they're still made of silver. So really cool one. I'll go ahead and push that one in, and we'll move on to the dimes. Alright, we're back now with the Canadian dimes, and we had 6 in total, with 5 of which falling into the range of the older of the two Canadian books. We'll start off with the ones that didn't fill or upgrade. We have a 1919 here, a 1928, a really rough 1930, and a 1936. Now the one in the worst shape of all of them is actually going to be a hole filler though. We have a really slick 1912 here. It's a really neat, really old coin, and there's not a whole lot of meat left on it. It is a very slick one, but that is going to fill a hole. So we'll go ahead and add it there, and we'll move on to the next set of dimes. Alright, well, our last Canadian dime is actually just going to be a 1964, and as you can see, the one that we got today is in fantastic shape. The one we had was pretty nice too, but this one is extremely sharp. I'll see if I can pick it up here without touching it too much, but you can see that that is a very nice coin. So I'm going to swap those two out, and then we'll move on to the Canadian half dollars. Alright, we're back now with the Canadian halves. We only had 2 of them, and one of them was a 1946, filled a spot there. The other one was a 1950, and there are 2 different varieties for this one as well. There's one with the lines in the O and one without, and this one did not have any. So pretty cool to find a variety. I don't know if that's the rare one or not. It's not very specific, but still another cool one. And we got 2 more holes filled in the Canadian albums. Up next, we got the US stuff. Up first for the US coins is the Barber half dollars. We only had 1 today, and it's actually going to fill a hole. We have a really slick 1898 Philadelphia here. There's not a whole lot of detail left on it, but we were able to make out the date and the lack of mint mark on the reverse. So 1 more hole filled. Definitely glad to have that one, and let's move on to the next one. Up next, we have the rest of the US coinage, and we had 1 upgrader out of the bunch, a 1942 San Francisco. It has some pretty nice detail on it, and the one we had was one I found in a coin roll hunt, so it's about average shape, but this one is definitely much better. So I'll swap those 2 out. And as for our other 3 coins, we had a common everyday 1964 Denver quarter with some interesting toning. We had a 1942 Philadelphia in pretty nice shape, and we had this commemorative half dollar, a Booker T. Washington. And it's a pretty interesting one. They made a lot of commemoratives back in the 20s to 40s especially, and this is one of them. So definitely a really cool coin. I've got a couple of them, but this one's probably one of the better ones of the bunch. Not worth a lot, but still a very valuable piece of history. So I'm going to end the video right here. We had a really fun hunt today. Got some new coins, some new upgraders, and some new hole fillers. So definitely a very good positive hunt. Hopefully we can have some more in the future. We've had some really good luck with our silver. But until then, I want to thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.